Dan Willis here, and we're talking about how to improve your credit score and specifically how to clear your credit report and get those dings, those blemishes, those negative items off of your credit report, because that's what's damaging and dragging your credit score down. Now, we're going to be needing to exercise your rights protected and granted under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA. This was passed way back in 1970, and this law gives you the right to dispute and challenge any information on your credit report that you believe is inaccurate, questionable, or just simply wrong. And this law was passed way back in 1970, like we said, but the reason it was passed is because even in 1970, consumers had errors on their credit report, and they needed to have a way to get these errors off of there, to say, hey, credit bureaus, there's something on my credit report that isn't right, and it's jacking up my life. It needs to be removed. But even today, as recently as 2013, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, studied the accuracy of consumer credit reports. What did they find? Roughly 20%, 1 in 5 Americans, millions of people have errors on their credit report. So this law is passed for good reason. There's 3 ways to file your dispute and say, hey, credit bureau, there's an item that's wrong on my credit report. And we should also inform you that due to recent amendments, you can now also dispute the data furnisher, the lender, the bank, the creditor, whomever directly in addition to the credit bureaus. The big point, though, is to make sure you get these items off of your credit report. There's 3 ways to file your dispute. You can do it online, over the phone, or by old-fashioned snail mail. The law says once the credit bureau finds your dispute, and there's a longer story, but once they deem it valid, then they're required to conduct an investigation. During an investigation, they're going to contact that lender, that creditor, that collection agency, that data furnisher that's reporting this information about you, and they're going to request for verification of your account. That's why in this recent video dealing with debt collections, it's so imperative that you get that collection agency to agree in exchange for your payment. They will stop reporting your account information, because then when the credit bureaus ask for verification, the account won't be verified. Any item that is not verifiable on your credit report, when the credit bureaus do that investigation, it must be removed. This is how to legally get those blemishes, those dings, and yes, even those total errors off of your credit report. If you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll-free 1-877-418-7596. Now, you've heard a lot about that 7-year maximum. It's true. That 7-year maximum is the maximum amount of time that any negative item can remain on your credit report. Did you catch that, though? That's the maximum. There is no minimum amount of time that an item must remain on your credit report. Again, there is no minimum amount of time that any item must remain on your credit report. And the idea of accurate bad credit, every single one of these laws is passed to protect you, the consumer. It is all there for you. At no point in time will the SWAT team come breaking down your front door because you disputed an item that you knew was accurate on your credit report. Every single one of these laws are passed for you. There are some real strict laws and regulations and guidelines that the credit bureaus and the lenders and the debt collections, all these guys have to follow all that stuff. If any of this stuff isn't followed, you're the winner. Now, the big problem is most people just believe, kind of understandably, hey, if I didn't pay off my credit card, then I have to live with that damage for 7 long years. You can live with it for 7 years, and most people live with it for a lot longer, but you can also take action to only live with it for 2 years or 4 years rather than the full maximum amount of time. And especially if you're thinking about buying a house, buying a car, I mean, you're talking about tens of thousands of dollars that you're going to be pulling out of your pocket just in interest rates. It makes a lot of sense to take action to make sure you aren't making the bankers even richer. And we encourage our members to consider professional, legitimate, and legal credit repair services that can do this on your behalf at very inexpensive rates. One of the best firms is the Credit Pros. They've helped clients remove late payments, debt collections, judgments, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, and more from their credit reports. And getting those items off of your credit report is impacting the payment history. When your credit score is calculated, roughly 35% of your credit score. It's the biggest item when it comes to your credit score being calculated. So if you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll free 1-877-418-7596. Again, that's for a free credit consultation, and the toll free phone number is 1-877-418-7596. This is Dan Willis. We're going to include a link in the description below over to an article on our website for the full scoop. We also have a free report available there, the 7 proven ways to boost your credit score. Please subscribe and join our congregation. Have a wonderful day, and looking forward to talking to you again here soon.